Salut les petites patates. Bienvenue de retour dans nos aventures à Fontaine. J'ai pris quelques décisions depuis la dernière fois. Déjà j'ai changé les règles du jeu en anglais pour que vous puissiez suivre les cutscenes. Et je pense que je vais aussi lire les dialogues qui sont pas doublés pour que vous n'ayez pas à regarder l'écran en permanence. Que vous puissiez vraiment profiter de ce stream comme vous le voulez. Alors, c'est parti. Vous excuserez mon avatar, il fait toujours des siennes, mais ça change pas. Alors, quand on s'est quitté la dernière fois, on venait de finir le premier procès auquel on a assisté à Fontaine, du coup à l'opéra. Je me souviens plus de tout exactement, mais les mécaniques de jeu, j'ai pas tout compris au départ. J'espère qu'au prochain procès, je ferai un petit peu mieux. Voyons où on en est. Ina a été acquittée, oui, malgré notre nullitude avec les mécaniques de procès. Et vous avez décidé d'accepter le repas d'adieu proposé par Navia pour célébrer votre coopération. Ah oui, Navia, c'était donc la fille blonde qui a dit qu'elle nous aiderait et puis qui n'a pas fait grand-chose finalement. Du coup, on va dîner avec elle. Paimon sera sûrement très contente. Est-ce qu'on a vraiment besoin de l'ascenseur? Non. On n'en a pas besoin. J'espère que je vais supporter la voix de Paimon en anglais. C'est pas sûr.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
Je me demande si les plats vont être inspirés de la cuisine française.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a là? Du pain à l'ail, une soupe de, je sais pas, des croissants avec des frites? Oh là là.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Alors j'ai changé aussi le volume de ma voix par rapport à celle du jeu parce que le jeu était trop bas la dernière fois. Si jamais il y a du feedback là-dessus, je suis preneuse. Pour que je puisse ajuster pendant le stream si besoin.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Oui, malgré notre incompétence. Elle mérite d'être célébrée, oui, c'est sûr.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Paimon a trouvé quelqu'un qui mange plus qu'elle.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
Vous remarquerez qu'on est donc au dessert. Il y a des macarons, il y a du thé, il y a des parts de gâteau. Mais là, caché derrière les gâteaux, là, il y a des baguettes.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
Quoi? Attends, je me souviens pas de ça. Oh oh.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough.
D'accord. Donc tu veux te faire justice toi-même, en fait.
Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the...
Oh, pardon.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
Ah si, on adore se mêler de ce qui nous regarde pas.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
On voudrait poser des questions à l'archon hydraulique.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Mais vous voyez, c'est pour ça que j'avais mis les voix en chinois aussi. Elle a continué à parler alors que ses lèvres ne bougeaient plus. Ils auraient pu faire un petit effort sur le lip-syncing quand même dans les autres langues, mais bon.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
C'est une gamine, quoi.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
C'est du harcèlement, Navia.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
C'est vrai que c'est un problème.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
Alors, non, c'était pas des baguettes, c'était toujours les croissants avec des frites qui me perturbent profondément. Il y a une espèce de sauce pour tremper les croissants. C'est bizarre.
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Ok.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Fanta. C'est limite.
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Oh, elle est vexée.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Ma boisson aussi. Oh là, il va y avoir un truc sur... Il y avait un truc comme ça avec les Océanides, comme quoi elles ont quitté Fontaine parce que les eaux devenaient mauvaises et que ça les affaiblit.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Oui.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
Tu peux toujours voler moins haut.
Can't you see Paimon's barely an inch off the ground?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Ah, elle est comme Mona. J'ai l'impression que c'était plutôt un gros trou dans son budget, oui.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority.
Mais j'ai toujours pas compris ce qu'ils font. C'est quoi? C'est une espèce de société secrète? C'est quoi? C'est des détectives privés?
Ah, in any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Bye bye. Ok. Alors, c'est quoi la suite? Ah non, c'est pas là. Donc, on est toujours sur Lina a été acquittée, repas d'adieu, tout ça. Rendez-vous à la place de la Fontaine devant l'opéra. Ok, on sait peu pourquoi, mais... Je vais me téléporter, ça ira plus vite.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vacher!
Oh là! Calme-toi, la Fontaine!
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Oui, c'est vrai qu'on l'entend encore plus fort.
That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vacher! Vacher!
Mon Dieu. Je sais pas ce qui se passe dans cette fontaine.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Je ressens des émotions intenses.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vacher, right? Hey, traveler! Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Où sommes-nous?
Vache! Are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
Vous êtes?
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know.
Je sais pas pourquoi, mais les espèces de... Les deux petits ailerons sur son poitrail, là, qui ressemblent un peu à des fichus ou... Y a pas un truc similaire comme ça sur le look de Furina?
My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
Ah, vous étiez humaine?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
Vous avez perdu votre enveloppe charnelle.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Est-ce que l'une des jeunes filles qui s'est fait dissoudre?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
Oh. Vous voulez que je le retrouve?
No! Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters.
C'est trop bizarre, normalement les océanides n'ont rien à voir avec les humains. En même temps, ça se tient par rapport à ce que je pensais la dernière fois, que les humains de Fontaine seraient des eidolons hydro transformés, quoi, qui se maintiennent sous forme humaine alors qu'ils ne le sont pas.
If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
Je pense que ce sera difficile pour lui de vous oublier.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing.
De réticence? C'est lui qui l'a dissoute?
If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Ça veut dire que Vaché a été témoin de votre dissolution?
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release.
Est-ce que tous les habitants de Fontaine sont des océanides transformés par Furina? Et c'est pour ça que les océanides qu'on voit en dehors de Fontaine ont fui Fontaine?
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
On dirait qu'après la dissolution, un certain degré de conscience subsiste malgré tout.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
C'est vrai, combien de temps s'est écoulé?
Farewell then.
Pas de réponse.
I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Ah ok, mais peut-être arrête d'appeler Vacher depuis la fontaine. Oh, c'est juste une idée. Wow!
Come on, hurry! Navi is outnumbered!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Ok.
Chlorand?
Ah, il vient nous aider.
Quick, now's our chance!
Il y a du
I
bisbis entre
should
elles.
thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Ok, alors déjà, honnêtement, je pensais qu'il y aurait un peu plus d'explications avant d'arriver à cette scène qu'on a vue dans le trailer. Je suis très surprise et j'ai hâte de savoir ce qui s'est passé.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mais alors Navia, n'oublie pas que tu nous as recommandé de nous introduire dans la chambre de l'Archon pour la réveiller en pleine nuit. Donc voilà, je pense que tu peux pas donner des conseils de ce genre à d'autres personnes.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Monsieur Callas, c'est donc peut-être le père de Navia, et Chlorinde était au service de sa famille, peut-être. En tout cas, sa chemise a l'air d'avoir du mal à s'accrocher à la vie, Chlorinde.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever.
Whatever.
What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
Je viens de remarquer dans les cheveux de Chlorinde, c'est pas un truc qui ressemble à ce qu'il y a dans les cheveux de Neuvillette? Ça fait aussi un petit peu queue de poisson.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
La vérité Ah oui, sur les enlèvements. Non mais, je suis l'histoire, hein, vous inquiétez pas.
Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Ah, c'est joli, sur son petit foulard, là, il y a une espèce de trident. Ils sont vraiment forts sur le chara design chez Hoyoverse.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
Il va avoir cette voix-là tout du long, lui.
I know, she's...
Qu'est-ce qui vient de se passer? Oui, c'est une bonne question.
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Merci de m'avoir sauvée.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast.
Mais sérieux, sa bouche, elle bouge plus.
As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Oui, alors, juste petit point. Son organisation s'appelle Spina di Rosula, donc j'imagine que ça veut dire genre l'épine de la rose. Elle porte des roses sur son chapeau. Jusqu'ici, je crois que la personne qui était associée à la rose, c'était... Oh, bah j'ai perdu son nom. Ah, Lisa. Ah, voilà. C'était Lisa. Je me demande s'il y a un lien quelconque entre les deux.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Oh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Quoi?
How did that help?
C'est l'eau salée, c'est ça qu'il a...
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Je me disais que c'était bizarre, oui, effectivement.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Mais d'où on sort l'eau de la mer primordiale d'abord? Ça se trouve où, ça?
Yes. So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
Heureusement que nous ne sommes pas fontainoises, oui.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Oh, j'ai beaucoup de mal avec sa voix. Je suis désolée, j'aime pas du tout la voix de Paimon en anglais. Enfin, je vais supporter ça pour vous les petites patates.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. constellation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
Linette a dit que c'était lié à une forte sensibilité à l'élément hydro.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
J'ai aussi obtenu de nouvelles informations.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
La voix de la Fontaine était celle d'une des jeunes femmes disparues. Une personne nommée Vacher a été témoin de sa dissolution.
Oh, that is important. Vacher. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
S'il est toujours en vie, on devrait partir à sa recherche.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Très bien, chère collaboratrice.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Ils vont payer pour ça.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Ouais, on va faire du team building.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Quoi? C'est quoi cet achievement là? Les neck and folio vise. Hein? Faut que je regarde sur internet ça. C'est pas possible. Je peux pas laisser ça comme ça. Donnez-moi une seconde. Les neck and folio vise. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Oh là là, je trouve rien. Je l'ai bien écrit? Non, je l'ai pas bien écrit. Ah, j'ai trouvé une explication sur Reddit, évidemment. C'est sur Reddit. C'est en hongrois. Ah, c'est marrant, j'en connais un hongrois. C'est le titre d'un poème d'amour de Pétofi Sándor à propos du désir d'être avec son amour, son lover. Ah. Et dans son poème, là, il y a une traduction en anglais. Il parle de devenir de l'eau courante, un torrent, le torrent d'un cours d'eau de montagne, etc. Ok. Intéressant. J'aime beaucoup les petites références qu'ils font dans les achievements. Il y en a eu parfois, je crois, à Sumeru, par exemple, qui faisait référence à... oh là, oh là là, je trouve plus mes mots. C'est terrible. C'est qui ce philosophe? Nietzsche. Voilà, qui faisait référence à Nietzsche. Qui lui-même faisait référence à des textes plus anciens. Je trouve que c'est vachement recherché ce qu'ils font dans leur lore et dans les achievements, c'est vraiment intéressant. Bref, tout ça pour les primogèmes. Oh yeah. Alors, on va à la base de Spina di Rosula. Alors... Non, c'est toujours pas le bon menu. Ok. retour à Fontaine. Ok, ok. C'est parti.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, traveler.
Ok. Le dialogue qui servait à rien. Ok, donc il faut descendre là, j'imagine.
Take it easy.
Ah, ça y est. On arrive dans les sous-sols de Fontaine. Des pommes de terre, oui, des patates. Bébé. On va essayer de pas se faire mal. Intriguant. Qu'est-ce qu'on a par là?
Yeah.
Rien. On n'a rien. On n'a pas un petit coffre, un petit... Non? Oh oui. Oui, oui, c'est un gentil garçon, ça. Oui. Oh, il est gentil. Good boy. Si seulement il pouvait rajouter une petite interaction avec les chiens et les chats. Examiner. Ah, c'était là. Là-bas, il y a un panorama et un point de téléportation. Waouh. Terre d'ombre corrodée et de courant corrompu. Oh! Ça fait beaucoup. Beaucoup de R. C'est une allitération, si je ne m'abuse. C'est vraiment joli. J'aime beaucoup le petit bar là. Ah, le logo de l'organisation. C'est là que je dois aller? Ah non, c'est ici.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Je n'aurais pas dû m'attendre à grand chose.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Voilà. Et comme on fait rien d'illégal, on n'a pas d'argent. Morale de l'histoire.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
D'accord, jamais entendu parler.
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
C'est assez sombre, cette quête de Fontaine.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
C'est un peu évident quand même.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
Oh, pauvre Navia.
If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Papa. Vous recherchez la vérité pour votre famille. On se ressemble sur ce point. Oui, c'est vrai.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful.
On tue une personne, hein, et tout d'un coup, on est méchant, on est déloyal. Ah.
Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Miss Clorand.
Ah. Mais c'est... Chlorinde, elle représentait quelqu'un, du coup?
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Pas étonnant que ce soit tendu entre vous deux, oui.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Cloran told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Ça voudrait dire qu'il avait l'intention de mourir pendant ce duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
Oui, en même temps c'est normal.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Paimon's feet.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Oh! C'était beaucoup d'informations. C'est bien triste tout ça. Qu'est-ce qu'il nous dit le barman? Il s'appelle très tôt. Bonjour. D'accord. N'importe quel problème? Théoriquement, je ne crois pas qu'il existe un problème qui ne puisse être résolu que par la force. Ok. Je suis sûr que nous, les membres de la Spina di Rosula, serons en mesure de résoudre votre problème avec un minimum de dommages. Qu'il s'agisse de petites choses comme des biens de première nécessité ou des problèmes domestiques, ou de questions aussi vastes que les disputes entre factions et les économies, la Spina fera tout ce qu'elle peut pour vous. Ok. Bah, j'ai la flemme d'aller faire mes courses. Parce qu'il y a plusieurs étages à descendre. Vous pouvez m'aider là-dessus? Je pense pas. Non. Eh oui. Ah, quelle déception. Quelle déception. Silver.
Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, it all landed on Demoiselle's shoulders so suddenly. This won't do. I must become stronger.
C'est l'arc d'animé, c'est je dois devenir plus fort pour protéger ceux que j'aime. On croit en toi, Silver. On croit en toi. Se reposer, allez.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
J'adore les égouts.
Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Ah, encore une waifu qui se surcharge de travail.
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette, a place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you.
Donc Neuvillette, c'est le à l'étam de Fontaine alors.
In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Hmm? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Petit achievement. Oh yeah, des primogèmes. Alors, en termes de primogèmes, je suis fauchée. Je crois bien. Ah non, j'ai quand même... ouais, c'est la mise à jour et les quêtes principales et tout qui donnent pas mal de primogèmes. Mais j'étais pas loin du 0 avant la mise à jour. Est-ce qu'on se fait un petit vœu pour voir? Allez, je résiste pas. Ah, c'est du 3 étoiles. Ouais. Nul. Est-ce que on peut s'acheter quoi que ce soit à la boutique? Non, ça n'a pas encore été mis à jour. Très bien. Eh bien, écoutez les petites patates, il est bientôt 22 h. Alors, je vais m'arrêter là, je pense. C'était un stream un peu plus court que d'habitude cette fois. Où est-ce que la suite de la quête va nous emmener? À Fontaine, dans la cour de Fontaine pour l'instant. Eh bien, on continuera la prochaine fois. On ira voir les archives de Monsieur Neuvillette. Merci d'avoir suivi ce stream et à bientôt les petites patates.